morning, 1450 WKAL. 8:39 in the morning. We have in the studio right now Nick Ross and Don Hayes, Rome, New York's own Blues Brothers. We say good morning to both of you.
Yeah, good morning, Rocco.
Good morning, Rocco.
So what brings you here this morning?
Well, we wanted to talk to everybody and tell them about our event coming up this Friday at Apollo's. What's that address, Jake?
337 West Dominic Street, Rome, New York.
And you guys are dead ringers too. They're in here in full garb, and you're dead ringers.
We get that a lot when we're doing our events.
Isn't that scary?
It is, but we like the way it works. I mean, several years ago, I was 300 pounds, so I was kind of not looking like Elwood.
You gave it to him.
And I gave it to him, yeah, no. I had surgery to lose weight, and then I got down to this, and it works very well for us. It gives me more energy to do all that dancing I do on stage.
Tell me about the show.
It's a combination. We're going to have some video, of course, a lot of music, dancing. We're going to have a little comedy thrown in there as well. It's going to be this is our first big hour-and-a-half performance that we're going to do. It's an hour-and-a-half dinner show. It starts at 8 o'clock. The doors open at 5:30. They're going to have food and drinks available. And we'll tell them about how much it costs.
It's free, so which means it don't cost nothing. So there's no reason for people not to come out and have a good time.
But, of course, the food and drinks aren't free. You're going to have to pay for those.
But the entertainment is free.
The entertainment is free.
So if you don't like the entertainment, you can't complain about it.
No.
How did you guys get started? How long have you been doing this?
Well, we figured it out. We've been doing this for 7 years. I saw him doing Jake Blues thing by himself at Canal Fest right here in Rome 8 years ago. And I had a previous partner who moved to Pittsburgh to go back to college. So I was looking for Jake. He was looking for an Elwood. It only took us about a full year to finally get together for me to audition for him and to show him that I could be Elwood Blues to his Jake.
Well, I was busy drinking, so.
How did you get started in it?
I actually went to do karaoke many, many moons ago, and the only song that I knew was Soul Man. So I sang it, and everybody was like, oh my God, that was so good. So that's the only song I sang when I went out and did karaoke. Well, then I started realizing, well, there's other songs out there, not just that. And I started singing a little bit more blues music, like B.B. King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. And then it just started to happen where I got the tie, a black tie, I got a white shirt, next thing you know, a fedora, some sunglasses, and now whenever I went out on a Friday night or a Saturday night, I was dressed as Juliet Jake.
Tell me, well, first of all, we're speaking right in the studio with Nick Ross and Don Hayes, Rome, New York's own Blues Brothers. What possessed you to start doing this?
Well, I was always a Blues Brothers fan, and to actually sit there and have there we go. Rocco put on his fedora, nice hat.
A little higher quality than the ones we're wearing.
Yes, a little bit. But yeah, it was. I was always a big fan of the Blues Brothers. I watched Saturday Night Live when it first started. And to actually see these guys when they first came out and did their first song, which was, I do believe it was "Hey Bartender," and then of course after that they were the actual musical guests. They were just a warm-up act originally on Saturday Night Live. They warmed up the audience before the cameras went live.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And if it became so popular, like a cult, they had like a cult following, they decided to make them the actual musical guests. And Steve Martin, who was the writer on Saturday Night Live, actually asked them, will you please perform? I'm playing at the Apollo. Steve Martin was going to do his first comedy set at the Apollo, and he asked them to be his opening act. And that just snowballed from there. And Dan Aykroyd was already in the process of writing a script for a movie.
Don, what all of a sudden makes you decide that you want to be the second half of it? You wake up one morning and say, Well,
I am a professional mobile DJ. So I DJ really? Weddings, parties, pro-show entertainment, DJ service. Come here. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could do radio DJ, but I have a regular career job in my back pocket. I wouldn't have the time to be able to do that. But no, I do weddings, parties, and like I said, I had another partner that I hooked up with, and we do a what's called what he called a libation show. So props, costumes, all different kinds of things during these DJ events, and one of them was dressing up as the Blues Brothers and doing the Blues Brothers. So and that kind of really sparked my interest in the Blues Brothers. And then when he moved to Pittsburgh, I'm like, what am I going to do? I mean, I can do it myself, and I just tell everybody that Joliet Jake went back to prison, and that's why I'm here performing by myself. And then, like I said, I ran into this guy, and it just, it just fell together.
Where have your travels taken you over the years?
Oof. Oh, but before we get into that, can I just read something real quick?
Absolutely.
I took some notes when I was in the green.
Nice paper towel. Yes. Very good.
Out in the green room. And I just want to give some special thank yous for their support. Locally, Ken and Sue Pellerossi, Mickey Sline, our manager. Penny Clark, Missy, the Tappet Twirlers of Rome, New York.
Oh, yeah.
Joe and Anne-Marie Perrone, and everyone at the Polish Home, and we can't leave out Midnight Mike Grimaldi. Thank you, Mike. He's helped me out a lot. And also nationally, we'd like to thank Debbie Smith in Delaware, everyone at the Crosstown Bar in Napierville, Illinois, Ilana in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and of course everyone at Harry Carey's restaurant in Chicago. And now,
so you've done some traveling.
So now you can go on Elwood and tell them where we've been.
Well, last May we took an adventure to Chicago. We took our first Chicago trip, and it was just a fantastic experience. I mean, just going down the thruway, people seeing us in. We didn't have the Bluesmobile at the time, but we had a buddy of us. We went down in his car, but we had our Rome Blues Brothers signs on the side of the car, and every rest area we stop. I mean, hundreds of pictures. People just coming up. Oh my God, the Blues Brothers! And
we actually got booked in. What is it, in Rochester?
Batavia. Yeah. I mean, just
stopped at a rest stop.
And so we made our way to Chicago, went to visit Joliet Prison. We took some video footage at Joliet.
You went and visited Joliet Prison.
Well, we had to. That was actually...
where you lived for a while.
Yeah. Right? Well, we had to see where the gate where John Belushi walked out of in the beginning of the movie.
Well, that's extremely cool. That's really cool.
So that was our first stop, and then we went to our hotel, and then we went and did some... bars, restaurants, just kind of went out. We even got an offer when we come back to Chicago. There's a bar out in Aurora, Illinois that wants to book us to play when we go back out to Chicago.
Brody's, I do believe it's Brody's Irish Pub.
So this isn't small time stuff.
No. Not when you go out and you buy a car and make it the Bluesmobile. We were kind of twisted.
You did that.
Yes, it's out in the parking lot.
You're kidding.
Not kidding.
We got to get a picture of that and put it on the website. Oh my Lord! This is a sickness for you guys.
Yes. We are infected. Yes.
How do you I guess work in family time, and you're going far afield to.
Well, the family time, and like I said, I have a career job. It's the priority. This really is a secondary for us. We have some evening events and weekend stuff that we fill in, but we definitely
we also do a lot of charity work. Anything to help out people. We've done
benefits.
Charity and benefits.
As a team, how long have you been together?
7 years.
7 years.
That's a long time, so I might as well ask any sort of, professional rubs that you have during the course of a 7 year, it's tough to stay together for.
Oh, there's times I've wanted to kill him, but see, thank God for Jack Daniels.
He can be a great therapist,
yes.
Especially if you see him frequently during the course of a day. You call him up and...
Yep, he gets us through those hard times.
Well, because I'm the driver, I'm the one who does, I don't typically drink when we're out, so I'm the one that, I keep that together, so when he's like...
Did you visit the shopping center that you drove through and destroyed in the movie by anything?
Actually, that shopping center I don't think exists
That's been
anymore.
Torn down.
Yeah. Well, after what you did to it, I'm not surprised.
The location, we didn't get a chance to see that. There's a lot of things that we missed on this trip.
When you went to Joliet and wanted to have your picture taken in front of the gate, did they... What kind of any problem or
just the people? We actually did a video shoot of us together as though we got released from prison, and we got picked up by our buddy who was also dressed as like from the Blues Brothers 2000 movie. So he was a third Blues Brothers. We got us in front of the gate, walking across, getting in the car, and then the car taking off. And actually, we've incorporated that video into our video production that we're going to be doing at DePaulo's Friday night. Which eventually will get out on our Facebook page, but you're going to see us in front of Joliet, and there was nobody there. I mean, the only thing we dealt with during the video was
driving
by tooting at us.
Is the prison still open?
I think part of it is still open, but a lot of it is closed down.
Geez, you should have gone and saw where you lived all those years.
Well, I think there's actually you can take a tour. You can take
yeah,
a
we
tour.
found out we could take a tour. We didn't know at the time.
We're speaking with Nick Ross and Don Hayes, Rome, New York's own Blues Brothers, who travel all over the place with their gig. Tell me again what's going on at the Apollos and the time and everything else.
Okay, well, it's this Friday, November 20th. The show starts at 8, doors open at 5:30, and we are going to be doing an hour and a half dinner performance.
That's a long time for a gig like yours.
Oh yeah,
how are you going to jump around for an hour and a half?
There'll be an oxygen tent and an ambulance waiting.
Well, fortunately, it's just like any performance. There's only a few songs where I really do a lot of dancing and jumping around, and the rest of it is, it's just being in front of the microphone, singing, playing a little harmonica.
How often do you guys get together to practice the routine?
Well, let's see. We've practiced.
Or do you practice at all?
Well, we've practiced, I think, our full hour and a half once, and we're going to practice today after the interview. So.
Yeah, practice today. Then we got the dry rehearsal, and then of course the performance.
But you got all the fancy terms too, dry rehearsals and everything. My God, I'm in the midst of stars here. Where after the Apollos, where's your next? If people wanted to find out where you're going, because they want to follow you guys, where do they find out information?
Well, you can go to RomeBluesBrothers.com, which directs to our Facebook page. So if you go to Facebook, just search Facebook for Rome Blues Brothers and like us on there, and we put our event information out on that page where we're going to be.
That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. We're speaking with Don Hayes, Nick Ross, Rome, New York's own Blues Brothers. We'll be back after this message.
Norman T. Balone, assistant janitor.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Want to talk about some of the other local things and then go back to the policy?
Yeah, well, we could talk about some maybe benefits we do. Because
absolutely.
We do a lot of benefit. I mean, when people call us up, say, "Hey, can you do a benefit?" If we're not booked, we're there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Then
not
only
support the benefit, but it also gives us exposure.
Yeah. Well, we heard about the Rome Rescue Mission, and we want to do something for them. Open with that, please, because we're trying to help them out. Okay. So we're on a mission to raise $100.
Because it works. For all the facts, call the station or the Radio Advertising Bureau.
1450 WKAL's Good Morning Show. I'm Rocco Guerrero with Rick Welch. We're in the studio with Nick Ross and Don Hayes, Rome, New York's own Blues Brothers. So tell us, you were talking off during commercial about benefits that you do. What have you got coming up?
Well, I mean, we heard about the Rome Rescue Mission. They're looking for some turkeys for Thanksgiving and possible donations. And I got talking to Jake on the way over here and say, hey, let's donate $100 to the cause so they can go out and buy some more of these turkeys.
Yeah, so we're gonna put up front $100 of our own money towards.
That's a wonderful thing.
Getting their the stuff that they need, and we also would like to say that if anybody would like to get a hold of WKAL, the Blues Brothers would be more than happy to glad to swing by your business or establishment to pick up whatever you want to donate and bring to the rescue mission.
That's nice. That's nice.
And then they get some publicity too, because we get our pictures taken with the people donating. We put it out on the Facebook. Everybody looks good. Everybody's happy.
What kind of benefits do you do around the area?
Any kind of benefit. People find us on our Facebook, or people who know us come up and say, hey, we got a person who's trying to raise some money for help with their, cancer payments or whatever.
Yeah, there are surgeries. God forbid if there's funeral costs, we're there for that.
Really?
Conquer
Chiari, we did their event they had down at Bellamy Harbor.
And I've been in communication with them just recently. I do believe it was yesterday. They're going to be emailing me all the information, and I'm going to forward it to you, Elwood, and we'll make sure that we're there. They've already got it slated for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys will probably be seeing them come in soon.
We're speaking with Nick Ross and Don Hayes, Rome, New York's own Blues Brothers. we've only got a minute left. Tell me again, this Friday, the Palos.
I'm giving the address again, Jake.
Okay, the Palos at 337 West Dominic Street, Rome, New York, and historic Rome, New York. And that's where the Rome, New York Blues Brothers will be performing a hour-and-a-half long entertainment set for your listening and viewing pleasure.
Viewing and listening pleasure.
Yep, and that's 5:30. The doors open. We go on at 8 o'clock. We start performing at 8 o'clock, and food and beverages available for purchase.
And the event is free, which means it don't cost nothing.
Nick, we've been speaking with Nick Ross and Don Hayes, Rome, New York's own Blues Brothers.
Oh, by the way, speaking of free, that's our favorite four-letter word besides cash.
Yes, cash
And-
is king.
and beer.
Free is good.
And beer.
Thank you for everything you do for the area. I mean, donating your time and geez, real stars in our midst. I got to get autographs before you become popular. Don't talk to us anymore. Our Rocco Girl will be back after these messages.
You guys are just fun.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good. That's why I wanted him in here. That's great. And he showed up and it was perfect. That's great.
Can you take a picture of me with them?
Oh yeah,
We already did.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
you did?
no,
No.
He needs one out by the car. You need
Well,
to be out
I
by
gotta
the
close up here.
Close up here. and
Close up,
maybe you
we
could.
can hang.
Yeah. If you could take your camera's better. This telephone is.
Glad that WKAL cares. The Ford Friends and Neighbors pricing event is on at
Yeah, that'll
9
be
Ford.
perfect. Yeah,
Lease a
with
new
his hat and
2015 Ford
everything.
F-150 Super Cab
Yeah,
XL
okay,
Sport,
but-
just $209 a month for 24 months. Customers
Now,
are
keep
driving
it
away in the
close.
price
We
reserved for
can do
staff,
something
friends,
else
and
we get
neighbors.
before the
The
end of
Ford
the year
lovers
or
love
whatever,
the
you know.
Friends and Neighbors
Alright.
pricing
Well, you
event
know
at
that,
9 Ford. Get
Buick doesn't do this
NineFord.com.
stuff.
It's gotta be 9. Stock number FG5193-2500 units selling plus tax fees of $209. First month payment additional.
Because you're doing a lot of benefits.
per year. See dealer for details.
We
Offer
should do
expires on
stuff like
30/15.
that. Yeah. Which is
This is
fine.
the coach,
Benefits
and
for
this is
different
Bags,
things, yeah.
and this is the staff man.
Especially
Tune
if it's
in
with a
every
city or
Saturday
whatever.
morning for a
Yeah.
new time from 9 to 11.
As we talk to local coaches and athletes across the Mohawk Valley, including local high school sports, collegiate, and professional sports, and more.
Our phone lines will be open. We want to hear from you.
So tune in every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 with the Mohawk Valley Sports Watch that airs right here on WKAL 1450 Talk Radio. Can I get one picture?
Yeah. This would be better.
Could you send
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll take it right
He's got
now.
your resume. You'll look it over, and when we get a little time, get you in and talk to you. Yeah.
I'll give you my number.
Oh, he's got his Ray-Bans.
Would be if we had a cop here.
Okay.
Get Tim Bates.
You need to be close to
Assume that this
That's what we need. Yeah, we need.
actually, is Rocco is like that. Do you want to?
You don't use rubber gloves. We don't need no steel rubber gloves.
Alright, guys, let's go. Big smile. 1, 2, 3.
No, that's okay. No, you don't need me. It's gonna screw it up.
Alright, ready, guys? 1, 2, 3.
Boy, radio can be fun. See, I told you get up 4 o'clock in the morning.